So you want to get into Pokemon investing? Let me show you how it's done. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rax and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I wanted to make a little video, on teaching you guys how to really invest in Pokemon. The tips and tricks, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you invest? Where do you begin? Especially when things are this crazy. What are some good deals? Where to start? And also, how do I not open anything? So let's just jump into it and start with tip number one. You kind of have to know the market, because sometimes the market can fluctuate depending on the time of the year. And if you don't really know about the past, or know a year before or 2 years before, you might think that you're losing money, but you don't really know why. For starters, Pokemon market tends to correlate a lot with stock and also crypto. When Trump got elected into office, a lot of things went up, especially in Pokemon and also crypto and also the stock market. He's known to be very stock friendly, crypto friendly, so Pokemon kind of piggybacks on their success as well. You kind of have to realize that sealed investments are more like traditional investments, where they go up during time, like slowly but surely, but they won't really drop drastically or go up drastically unless we go in like a crazy bull market like we saw a lot with a bunch of boxes this past year. But singles are more like a crypto. They can go up very high, go down very fast, it goes up and down very quickly. But booster boxes and ETBs kind of correlate more to traditional investments. This goes on pretty smoothly to our next tip, where you kind of have to know what you're buying. You gotta know the market price of everything that you buy, and don't just buy stuff randomly and willy-nilly. Check multiple websites. Don't just check one website. Check multiple websites. Check TCG Player, eBay. Check the ones that mostly move a lot of product. For example, for me, for rock cards and sealed boxes, I usually go with TCG Player. But when it comes to slabs, I go to eBay instead. And eBay is also really good for slabs. Don't purely go off by live listings, especially when it's like a brand new product. People will overprice things just because they can, and they're fishing for someone to buy their stuff. Just because I put this Zekrom plushie for $200 on eBay, that doesn't mean it's worth $200 unless someone buys it, of course. And also beware of anomalies. Sometimes some people are trying to pump up things. Like I said, if I put that for $200, but then the next sold is like $20 and then $15 and then $30, that $200 sale is a little bit weird and a little bit sus. For tip number 3, you gotta learn what's hot and what's not. I've been seeing way too many people on Reddit, spending thousands and thousands of dollars saying they're starting out investing, or like, I'm investing, what do you guys think about my collection? And you see the most terrible random things, like terrible collection boxes with promos that are really bad pack selection, random stacking tins, random tins that don't really have good packs inside, the Pokeballs, and also like random loose packs on like the worst sets ever. Because you might think that, oh, if I just buy it and keep it sealed, it's gonna go up in price. Sure, yes, but there's better things to invest in with the same amount of money. Generally speaking, the first things to move are Pokemon Center ETBs and the booster boxes. If those start to move, everything else will follow through. But it has never been the other way around, where loose packs go up in price first, then the booster box. Because usually booster boxes and Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, and also sometimes regular Elite Trainer boxes, have some sort of a premium for just being sealed and just being, nicely compact in all 36 packs. So it's like unweighed, it's not scanned or resealed. It has its own premium. You kind of have to learn what Pokemon are good, what Pokemon are popular, just to determine a good investment. Tip number 4, you gotta learn when the train has left the station. Listen, man, I've been there a lot where I just missed out on a couple things. I was able to buy a Team Up booster box for a flat $2,000. I was like, whoa, $2,000 is a lot, man. You tend to realize that, oh, maybe I'll buy it next week, I'll buy it next month, I gotta think about it, I'll sit on it. But then next week is $2,500, and then next month it's $3,000, and then today I've been seeing sales at over $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, wow, I really missed out on that. Like, I could have had a $4,000 box in less than a year. But at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal, because I know that I spent that money responsibly and used it on other things, other boxes that aren't as expensive, and probably have gained more money than Team Up has. It just divided into multiple products. Tip number 5, sealed is king, guys. Look, when it comes to the market, singles tend to just be based on the market. If the market is super hot, singles will rise up in value very, very high, and they'll go up back down just due to things cooling off, and then they'll go back up. You know, it happened with a lot of cards. And also booster boxes, you can say they're also based on market, which is true, but they don't tend to crash or go down as violently or as hard as singles do. Yes, recently in the last 3 months, we've seen a lot of Sword and Shield booster boxes kind of flatten out or even kind of steadily going down, but they haven't crashed like a lot of singles in this era. We've already seen Giratina go down from a $700 card to a $600 card, but you haven't seen any booster box go from a $400 to a $300 box, except maybe Evolving Skies, that it got to 1,300 or 380. Now it's 1,300, so it lost $80. However, if you compare it to a Bubble Mew, which is one of the most popular cards right now in a PSA 10, it went from a $200 card on a PSA 10 to a $1,000 card, but now it's already down at $850, so it already lost around $250. Meanwhile, Evolving Skies, sure, it didn't start out as a $200 box. It was at like $400 and then got up to $700. It went to $1,300, but you can kind of see it hasn't dropped as much. It only lost $87, possibly maximum of $100. Meanwhile, Bubble Mew has lost over $250. And it's not just Bubble Mew. A lot of cards have been going down on the PSA 10. Giratina went from like $1,700 to like $1,400 or even $1,200 right now. So that's already losing almost $500 from its high. But Evolving Skies and like all the other Sword and Shield booster boxes have probably lost like 5-10%. Tip number 6: when is the best time to buy it? It is basically when it's at its lowest, not when it's going up, not when it's at its peak. It is usually, when it comes to booster boxes, it's right after time period where they have been steadily just like flatlining for a while or even going down. Or usually sometimes it happens right like post reprint where things are just going down, cards are going down, the boxes are going down, the ETBs are going down. If you think about it, it's kind of like a deal because it's less expensive than earlier, but you shouldn't be buying right as it goes down. You have to wait until it goes down, then it flattens out for a while, and then maybe right as it's picking up, you bite the bullet and immediately grab it. You know, when a reprint happens, a lot of things tend to just kind of crash, and it's basically a race to the bottom because a lot of people are just panic selling. They're like, oh no, I'm gonna lose money, I need to sell. So they kind of undercut each other over and over and over again, and then you end up getting a deal. You know, really bad time to buy is basically at its peak and when the hype is kind of just like staring at it, right? Also, do not buy anything at market for pre-order. If the set isn't released yet, do not buy anything at pre-order, like unless it's MSRP pre-orders, but market, no. People were paying $400 for a Journey Together Pokemon Center ETV, but now post-release it's at $150. So you would have lost almost $250 if you bought at $400. Let that sink in. Tip number 7: don't go all in on a brand new set. You should definitely get some below market or below MSRP. Try to get some positions in, but do not go crazy. You know, don't buy cases upon cases of Journey Together at $250 a box. That is just really dumb because they can just get reprinted anytime. I've seen boxes drop from 200 to 120, so it is possible for them to drop even below MSRP. So just be cautious. You know, buy some. You know, try to get some at good deals. You know, below market, below MSRP. Try to get a position, but just don't go fully crazy because a reprint could just come in and ruin your day, basically. You know, sets typically are in a 2-year period, sometimes 3 years, where they can get reprinted. But for sets that are already 2 years old, I think those are more of a safe bet. You know, 151, Paldea Evolved, you know, after this reprint, I think it's a really good time to buy. Tip number 8, and this one's a really important, so listen up. Diversify, and diversify. Don't go all in on a set. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But especially when you start out, you know, you should be trying to and grab as much as you can, but at a good price, you know, at a good steady pace. You know, if you're really starting out and you don't have a really big budget, try to get one box of each set. Usually when things get reprinted, it's like, okay, so these sets, the most popular sets, but sometimes there's some sets get left out and don't get reprinted. So let's just say you went all in on Surging Sparks, you didn't buy anything else, and you did not buy any Obsidian Flames booster boxes, but since it's already 2 years old, it's not getting reprinted. So Obsidian Flames runs up to $300 a box, but Surging Sparks crashes to 120, 140, 150. However, if you bought one of each set or got a little bit of each set, you know, got 3 booster boxes of Obsidian. You went a little bit more on Surging Sparks, you got 5, and then you went more on the other sets, right? Let's say they reprint the hell out of Surging Sparks. Boom, it goes down to 120 a box, but they didn't reprint Obsidian Flames. You're still making money with Obsidian Flames. It kind of offsets what you lost with Surging Sparks because you diversified and got a little bit of everything. And also, don't just think that it's a bad set. It means it's a bad investment. You might be wondering why I have this here. Because let's just say everyone said that Obsidian Flames was a terrible set. Right when it came out, everyone was like, this set is terrible. No one's going to like this set. No one really likes this set. It's going to sit on shelves forever. Now, booster boxes are $200 a box. Sure, everything is going up. But this guy right here, this Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, this was in stock for months, possibly even a year. And the PSA 10 for this stamp promo was less than $120. Take a look at it right now. This promo right here in a PSA 10 most recently sold for like $1,800. And it got to a point where it was 2.4. Absurd. And now this box alone is worth almost $400. But it's a terrible set though. Simply because it has a really good grading play. You know, the promo is really good. The promo is very sought after. It's really hard to grade, and there's not that many of these to go around. So it makes it a really good investment simply because you get this at $60 and it's already $350. What other investments do that? Tip number 9. This kind of correlates with the other one. Don't invest in what everyone else is investing in. What I mean by that is that if everyone is kind of focused on Scarlet Violet, you might be kind of blindsiding yourself and also like narrowing down on some really good deals in the background that you might be missing out. Sword and Shield has been kind of going down in the past couple months, but Scarlet Violet keeps going up. That would mean they're actually a pretty good buy right now for the next boom. Also, on a side note, kind of related to this, if you see a lot of people pumping a card like 2 to 3x, kind of like the Drowsy from Scarlet Violet base, do not buy it. Do not try to catch up with the mob and try to make a grading play, because by the time you get the card back, it might just crash again. Like you can see the graph right here. Everyone was hyping this card up like crazy. It was pumping like crazy, but then it crashed back down. So maybe that wasn't a really good buy, especially if you bought at the top thinking it was gonna keep going up. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, I will set this example again, was buying these boxes. Absolutely nobody, until it was way too late, until they exploded in price, until out of nowhere the promo sold for $700. That's when everyone started buying those out. And then everyone started realizing, wait, Pokemon Center ETBs are the best investment now, because they're doubling, tripling, 4xing in less than a couple months. And for the final tip of the day, if you want to buy something and you know you're gonna buy it, might as well buy it now. Because a lot of people tend to say, I'm gonna wait until the reprint comes, I'm gonna wait until this happens, I'm gonna wait until this crashes, I'm gonna wait until this specific time period for me to buy, I'm gonna wait until this specific price and then I'm gonna go all in. But then it never gets to that, or it could even get to that, but they're like, but it will stay like that forever, it's gonna stay like that forever, it's never gonna go up. But then it goes up and it runs up, and then you're gonna be complaining that you missed out. And then here in a week or in a month, it's already up 10-20%, and you're gonna be hating yourself because you didn't get it. So if you're looking at a box or a card and you think maybe it could go down a little bit more, you know, if it's already like kind of flatlining, it's already been kind of bottoming out, and you think it's gonna go down even more, it probably can, but it won't be as significant as you may think. So maybe now could be a good time to buy it. And always remember, scared money makes no money, so buy it while you can. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed those 10 tips for you. And you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below, or even shoot me a message on Instagram. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.